Good morning. Pre-New York session, May 10th, 2022. We're continuing the look for the bearish continuation downward. Yesterday, since the last post, let's see. Yeah, the last post was here 16, 18. So price just hovered around, dropped a little bit actually, Asian session, and then kind of has pulled back a little bit. I was wanting price really to pull back into this zone. That really would have been sweet around this weekly support resistance level, around this zone. Also, with this 38.2 fib, I've been adjusting it down as it's continued to move down and hasn't yet touched that 38.2 fib level. But right now, where we are at this 23.6 level, it appears that price at the time of making this video is starting to get exhausted there. I have placed an entry where you see here at this level approximately couple entries actually, so that's pretty much the average of my entries. But targeting this lower side here of 32,080 and having a stop 100 pips above my entry at 32,620 approximately, which also puts it, pretty well above the 23.6 fib. In addition, also puts it pretty well above this previous level, these previous levels of structure here formed, yesterday. So with that, if price breaks past this, if price hits my stop, I'm pretty confident that it'll continue going all the way up until this area at least, and then I'll consider getting back in, doing a re-entry and getting back in. Or if not, if it goes into profit, then we're looking at a 1 to 4 risk to reward, and that's without trailing it or anything. Very well it might. Here, let me zoom out a little bit on the. Let me zoom out a tad bit further on the higher time frames. So we're here now. Price, if it comes down and hits this level, I mean, it could very well just continue because, as I was saying yesterday, there's not too much at this level. Actually, there is a little bit of a support resistance level from some time ago, from looks like March of no, yeah, it looks like March through May. No, excuse me, March through April of last year. This level was touched. But aside from that, once it breaks through that, there's not much holding it up. Going to this level here, where I have the 20 negative 27 fib laid out, also lines up with support levels, a resistance level, actually pretty strong resistance level from back then, from February to March actually of last year, 2021. And then beyond that, we have this weekly support here at 30,900, lining up a little bit with this negative 61.8 fib. But point being, I think even at this level, being at a 23.6 fib right now, I think it's a pretty good entry. I think it makes sense. Looks like it might already be going in the direction that I wanted to, so that's great. But yeah, I mean, that's my outlook as of right now. I've entered here at this level, approximately 32,513. My stop is approximately 100 points above that, 32,620, a little bit above, a couple points, for account for spread, so forth. And then my profit at 32,080. I will be trailing my stop once I get past 200 points. I'll go ahead and put my stop to 100 points, and so on and so forth. When I get to 300 points, I'll put my stop to 200 points, and I'll just keep, or maybe not, doesn't have to be exactly 100. I like to trail it by 100 points, but if not, just trailing it with levels of structure. But at the very least, going to hopefully lock in something today. If all goes well, it'll be a 1 to 4 trade. If not, maybe more. Hoping to at least lock in a 1 to 2. In order for me to do that, I'll have to start. Um, yeah, well, and that'll be, yeah. So I'll if once it gets down to here, 1 to 2, I'll probably just set my stop to here, and then continue moving down with it. But that is what I'm thinking is the move for this New York session. We'll see what happens. That's best case scenario. Actually, best case scenario would be not that it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna drop down that much. In this session, it could. You never know, New York session, but I mean that would really be fantastic. I can't even imagine. I don't know, one to who knows, 1 to 10 or whatever it might be. But at the very least, as of right now on intraday, not a swing move. I think this is potentially a good move that has a good potential downside, good potential, risk to reward, 1 to 4 risk to reward. I mean, I'll take that almost all day. And then additionally, if it stops me out, worst case scenario, if it shoots back up and stops me out, then I'm going to interpret that as price is not yet ready to continue dropping, and I'll be waiting for it to come back into this area and exhibit exhaustion and re-enter, with a stop above this level here, kind of like what I've laid out actually here. So that's what I'm looking at today, guys, and happy trading, and I'll see you after New York session today.